The Brewers were silenced by Aaron Nola, had a late rally, but fall short 4-3 in Philadelphia. We'll talk about that. Not another good start for Julio Teheran. Yeah, he's struggled in his last three outings. We're going to get to that. One guy who the Brewers should never even think about trading. I've heard this guy mentioned on sports radio. No. Talk about him. Give injury updates to Miley and Woodruff as well. All ahead here on Locked On Brewers.
You are Locked On Brewers, your daily Milwaukee Brewers podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
How you doing, everybody? Chuck Freeman here on Locked On Brewers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. We are your team every day. Thank you very much for joining us here late Tuesday night, early Wednesday morning, the first of three with the Philadelphia Phillies in the city of brotherly love, and the Brewers lost 4-3 tonight. Few things here. Offensively, could not get anything going against Aaron Nola as far as stringing hits together. That top of the order was terrible tonight, and they did not have a hit among the first six guys in the order. And when you lose games, we talk about the offense because, well, the pitching has been so great. And when your pitching is as good as it was in the Cincinnati series, well, you're going to talk about the pitching and not how bad your offense is. But when you lose games and you lose because your offense isn't scoring runs, that gets magnified, if that makes any sense. We'll get to that coming up here in a little bit. One guy who's got to be off limits, and I heard him mentioned on sports radio in Wisconsin today, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Come on. We'll talk about that. Woodruff and Miley injury updates as well. And Abner Uribe, that guy was unbelievable tonight. I mean, wow. We'll talk about that as well. My name is Chuck Freeman, first-year host of Locked On Brewers, longtime sports talk show host in the state of Wisconsin. Thank you very much for tuning in on Locked On Brewers, making me a part of your day, 30 minutes Monday through Friday. You download us on Google, Spotify, Apple, Amazon. We're on all the audio downloads, 30 minutes a day, talking about our favorite team, the Milwaukee Brewers, and, of course, our growing YouTube audience. You watch the video, Locked On Brewers. Go to subscribe on YouTube. Hit that little subscribe button. That bell there is going to alert you every time we drop an episode. Please subscribe to us. And, of course, follow me on Twitter, Chuck Freeman, Freimund. I try to respond to several out there. I get a lot of tweets. I love hearing from you guys. Don't think I don't read them, because I read each and every one of them. I do. I love to hear what Brewer fan has to say. Please follow me, Chuck Freeman, Freimund. And again, thank you for making Locked On Brewers part of your day. You everydayers out there who follow us every day here on the Locked On Podcast Network. All right. The Brewers tonight, offensively, Aaron Nola had been pitching so well against him. And I thought he was coming off a game where he had allowed 3 home runs. And I thought, okay, this is a game, maybe they can get him and get a little offense going. But the Brewers just struggled offensively. 8th inning, put a couple of guys on base. First 2 guys, leadoff guys on base, and thought, all right, here it is. Would have been great to see Christian Yelich come up at that point and delivered. They went to the bullpen, and Yelich did drive out in a run with a ground out, but that's not good enough. You like those? I put on Twitter, would have been great to see 2018 Yelich, and probably 2019 Yelich too, come through some magic there, blast one into the gap, or better yet, blast one over the wall, take us home, have Williams save the game in the 9th inning, and they win the opener in Philadelphia, another come-from-behind win. But it was not going to be the case. They did score a run. They got a man on second base against Kimbrel in the 9th inning, and that was it. Could not get any further than that. Perkins was pinch running for Winker, who got on an error. And that's another story we're going to have to talk about here. And then Perkins, you always cross your fingers when he's there because you don't want him to get picked off. And he was able to take second on a wild throw. Philly's defense was just awful. They gave the Brewers some chances tonight. But the Brewers did lose the game. I thought, again, Kimbrel coming out of the 9th inning, he can be had. I know he's having a great year with the Phillies, but he can be had. Was not tonight. And the Brewers did lose the opener. Julio Tehran dropped at 2-4. Gave him a home run ball. Yeah, 7 hits. Was not very good in his outing. I thought he could have been better. Thought he could have been much better than he was. Now this is 3 straight outings that he has struggled. But, it wasn't like he gave up 7, 8, 9 runs. He gave 6 runs in his last outing. And the Brewers he had 4 of the runs, 4 early runs. The bullpen settled things down there. Magnificent again. But, the book may be coming out on Tehran. He's learning to pitch in a different type of way. And 3 bad outings in a row. And I said going in, this was going to be a big outing for us to watch Tehran and see how he pitches. He's going to get another start, okay? He is. They're going to keep at it. But I think opposing teams have figured a few things out with Julio Tehran. He drops to 2-4. But bullpen excellence again tonight. And one guy, Abner Uribe, 102.2 miles per hour. Are you freaking kidding me? A Brewer record? 18 pitches, 15 strikes. He threw that 102.2 mile an hour pitch to Bryce Harper. 23-year-old rookie. Wow. Add him to the mix of bullpen arms. I mean, there's not a better bullpen with him too? Wow. I was so impressed. And I we've seen him pitch before. This is the second time he pitched. Man, 102.2 miles an hour. Amazing. I mean, I was loving watching him pitch. Would have been better to see him pitch with a lead, but he kept the Phillies off the board, and that was important. But the Brewers just couldn't get anything going. All right, we come back. We'll talk about one guy who should be untouchable. I don't ever want to hear anybody talk about trading this guy. You can talk about other pitchers, but don't be talking about this guy. This guy's the real deal. We'll read some of your tweets. We'll give you an update on Woodruff as well. But I was just so impressed. And maybe some of you guys are going to get your wish and have Keston Hiura on the team. If you kind of read some of the things today, we'll get into that coming up here in a little bit. Chuck Freeman here on Locked On Brewers. The show is brought to you by Sleeper. Swing for the fences on Sleeper Picks, and you can win up to 100 times your money. Download the Sleeper app and use the promo code LOCKEDON. You'll get $100 off, $100 match off your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. It's currently operational over 30 states. Check out Sleeper today. Chuck Freeman here on Locked On Brewers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. We are your team every day. Thank you, all you everydayers, for following us along. Google, Spotify, all the major platforms that download podcasts. We are there. We're the #1 Brewer podcast on the internet for a reason, because you made us that way. And the Brewers will be taking on the Phillies in Game 2 of that series coming up on Wednesday night, 5:40 with the broadcast. Sirius XM, the SXM app. Search Brewers. You're going to find all 162 of the Brewers. Tell you about a new sponsor that we got here. At one time or another, we all need a little financial help. That's why Dave is great. Dave, D-A-V-E, can get you the extra cash you need. A hand between paychecks can help you build credit by settling extra cash advances on time. Dave would have been so useful when I needed it most, like when I had that expensive parking ticket or an expensive doctor bill. So much easier with interest-free extra cash advance, fee-free goal tracking, and easy ways to find a side hustle to make more money. Dave is a banking app. It's a banking app that's leveling the financial playing field. And God knows, in today's world, we need some leveling up in the financial field. When you download Dave, you can get up to $500 in 5 minutes or yes, no credit check, no late fees. It's part of Dave's extra cash account. Advance the money you need, no interest, and then settle up later. That's great. No interest, and then settle up later. Where have you been, Dave? Go to dave.com/MLB. Get up to $500 in 5 minutes or less. That's dave.com/MLB. And you'll get $500 in 5 minutes or less when you download the Dave app. For terms, visit dave.com/legal. Okay. Again, $500. Not everyone will qualify for that full amount, but it's a great idea. Dave, a banking app. It's a bank. You need to go and check this out. Again, up to $500 in 5 minutes or less when you download the Dave app and you use dave.com/legal to get all the terms. Please go to that. For terms and conditions, go to dave.com/legal. Eligibility criteria, instant transfer fees apply. Banking services provided by Evolve, a member of FDIC. You can get up to $500 in 5 minutes or less. That's a great deal. Check out Dave. Check out the app today. I'm Chuck Freeman. We're coming back. We'll talk about the guy the Brewers should not even be thinking about trading. Possibly a return of Keston here. I know some of you want that. Injury updates and your tweets. All that and more coming up next here on Locked On Brewers. Welcome back to Locked On Brewers. Chuck Freeman, your host on Locked On Brewers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. We are your team every day. We'll take a quick drink here. Diet Mountain Dew. Late night, that's okay. Pat Murphy was talking to our friend Tim Allen. Tim Allen and says, if you read everything he says, that you could be seeing him soon. Talking about Keston Hiura. Could be seeing him soon. Now, he did talk about hitting AAA pitching, that how big of a step it is from AAA to the major leagues, Pat Murphy did. And he would know, the Brewers hitting coach. But they might be giving Keston, if you read this, they might be giving Keston Hiura a shot. I think there's some skepticism yet because they've given him enough opportunities. And as we talked here on the show, Keston might be one of those guys who's a AAA all-star, but at the major league level, his approach and his contact, just not major league ready. Oh, every once in a while, he'll surprise you. But sustained success, other than first year, not in the cards for Keston Hiura. But it sounds like, and they have no other way to go on this. They can't continue to start Owen Miller every day at first base. Owen was not here to be an everyday guy. All right. So I'm good with bringing up Keston. Now, Keston defensively at first base, it's got to be better than he was the first time around. Okay. First base, they moved him for second. Second, he was terrible. First, he wasn't much better. Okay. Because this is not a throwaway position. The guy's got to be able to field this position at first base. So that's some good news. One guy the Brewers should never, ever, and I'm not going to mention the people who I heard say this today. And Jake Mizorowski is the reliever in the Brewer farm system who just got promoted to AA Biloxi. That guy is superstar written all over him. If you've seen him pitch, and I know YouTube videos are different, I know, but go watch some of those YouTube videos, some of those highlight videos. The scouts are raving about this guy. This guy's a fast riser. The fastest riser in the Brewer organization right now. Okay. He could pitch at the major league level, I think, right now. Watching him. Throwing 100. He's got the stuff. Okay. He's got the demeanor to pitch in the big leagues. I don't care if you are getting Shohei and you're not getting Shohei. Mizorowski is not, you don't depart with that guy. I do not want to part with him at all. As great as this Brewer bullpen is, continue to make a strength a strength. Okay? And with Uribe and Peguero and Payamps and Williams, all these guys a strength. Yes. Bullpen strength. Add to it, keep Mizorowski. Because I look at him as an ace closer. Yeah, he's been starting, but I look at him as a guy, get that guy in there for one inning, let him throw 100 and call it a day because he's got the stuff to do it. I look at him as closer material. Again, he's up to AA, but I don't ever want to hear anybody talk about trading him, no matter who you're going to go after. And by the way, Shohei, I know some of you are joking and making fun of people on Twitter regarding the Brewers picking up Shohei. You know it's not happening. As I told the Bill Michaels show on Tuesday, you'd have to, if you were going to keep Shohei, you'd have to somehow tie Shohei's contract, his future contract, his future earnings with the bill of repairing AmFam Field and tie that all in one big financing loan, because they would never be able to keep him. Yeah. Do the Brewers have assets to get him? Of course they do, but never on a rental at all. No. And they would never re-sign him. Never. But again, under today's financial structure of Major League Baseball, they can't. $500 million. I mean, that's unbelievable. But, the reason why the Brewers can't is because of the way baseball is structured. All right, let's get to some of your tweets. Get to some injury updates here in a little bit as well. Some of your tweets, you guys are all tweeting me within the confines of the game. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Let's see here. Oh, some of you guys were on Craig Counsell tonight. And why he's starting Jesse Winker in the DH spot, batting cleanup. And I put this on Twitter as well. What are we doing here? The DH is a free spot in the order. Why are we running a 200 hitter who can't run out there every game? I was on the Jesse Winker train. I love the fact that they got him. I was on board with getting him. I thought a fresh start coming here from Seattle was going to be good, but no, need to move him on, DFA him, but don't be running him into the fourth spot. And somebody's going to say, who else? Well, Keston Hiura. Okay. I'll take Keston Hiura at this spot ahead of Jesse Winker. For whatever reason Winker is done, he's not good. And why we're running him into the fourth spot, I don't know why. I love Craig, you know that, but some of the guys he puts in the fourth spot. But again, he's only playing with the hand he's dealt. Brew Crewer says, terrible at bats by Adames tonight. Contreras, not much better. Yeah, the top of the order was just terrible. Patience and mental toughness exhibited by Terang and Monasterio. Yes, in the eighth inning. Both of those guys had great at bats. Cactus Pete says, having to rely on Owen Miller, not good. Yeah, should not be playing every day. Where's Hero when you need him? He owns Kimbrel. That's right. Hero has got big numbers against Kimbrel. I forgot about that. Yeah, didn't he tag Kimbrel off the center field scoreboard in 2021? I thought he did. Brock and SB talking about Winker seriously believe that they're afraid to DFA him because he'll go back to Cincinnati and flat out rake. Well, he's killed them in Cincinnati. I'll take my chances. I put out there, the disengagement rule where you can't throw there multiple times, more than twice. Disengagement rule. Got Ricky Henderson and Willie Wilson would have such fun stealing bases in today's game. Ian Soto Lopez says, down 2 outs, Chuck Freeman. Men at first and down 2, no outs, men at first and second. Why not bunt him over? And he's talking about the eighth inning. Brewers were down 2. First 2 guys on base. Why aren't we bunting the runners over? Joey Weimer's at the plate. On the road, you don't do that. Maybe at home down 2, eighth inning, bottom of the eighth inning, you get those guys second, third, and you play for the tie more on the road, at home. But on the road, with these crazy extra inning rules especially, you always go for the win. Even before the rules were changed in extra innings, you always go for the win on the road. So, yeah, they were going to bunt him over. 2-run single, yeah, ties it up. But you're looking for the big inning there. On the road, top of the 8th inning, looking for the big inning with 2 guys out, 2 guys on and nobody out. Weimer at the plate. You're hoping he gaps one. And he grounded out, fielder's choice. And then Yelich grounded out. So, yeah, I'm good with that decision. I'm good with that decision. First and second, nobody out, not bunting. There, I'm okay with it. Home, I could take it or leave it. I've seen teams bunt before. But now, if you're down 1 run, if they were down 1 run in that situation, if it was 4-3 at that point, which they got to run anyway. If it was 4-3 or 3-2, and you had first and second, nobody out, then for sure you got to bunt the guys and get the winning run in the scoring position. And that tying run over to third and the winning run on second base. Yes. But tying run at first, no. I'm good playing for the big inning. Yeah, a lot of you guys on Jesse Winker. On Jesse tonight. And yeah, he continues to struggle at the plate. But that top of the order tonight was just brutal. Just bad. And, you need, I don't know how many times I can sit on here and say you need more offensive production. But as I mentioned the other day, you need a first baseman, you need a third baseman, and you need a right fielder. I think that's what you do. You live with Weimer down the stretch. You live with Tehran playing great defense and not hitting. Adames looked terrible at the plate tonight. Okay. You're not gonna replace him at shortstop. The catcher's department, even though Contreras didn't have great at bats tonight, I'm good with him catching. Starting pitching, I'm fine with. Okay. Offensively, first, third, and right. Can you get 3 bats? What ammunition are you giving up for 3 bats? Mizorowski? No, I don't know. Some of your lower level guys, but I'm not going all in on this season. I just not going all in, and like they did in 2018, 2008 with CeCe. 2011, they went all in. I'm not going all in like in 2018 with this team. Okay. Would I go out and give myself one bet? Yes. But I'm not giving up my top prospect guys. Not at all. Would I give up a pitcher in that starting rotation? Well, if Miley going down now, I thought about it last week, but I don't know. And Woodruff is on the mend. We're going to talk about him coming up next here on Locked On Brewers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. We are your team every day. Brewers and Philadelphia Phillies coming up 5:40 on Wednesday night. Catch it on SiriusXM, the SXM app. Search Brewers, and you're going to find all 162 right there. A great sponsor of Locked On Brewers. A great sponsor, Sleeper, the Sleeper app. You got to download this app. You want to win 100 times your money on daily fantasy baseball? Sleeper is the way to go. They're now offering up to 100 times payout for up to 8 times for 8 pick contests. You choose 8 players. How you think they're going to do? More or less on home runs, strikeouts, hits, RBIs. You get your picks right, you could win big. Up to 8 players you could choose. They won't let you go more than 8. You can go up to 8 players. Use the promo code Locked On. You'll get a $100 match in your first deposit on Sleeper. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Operational in over 30 states. Check out Sleeper today, but you're going to have to just swing for the fences here. Because if you want a chance to win more money with less picks, head to Sleeper and you could really grow your account on Sleeper. Do you think such and such a player is going to hit a home run or an opposing pitcher? How many hits is he going to give up? All that for you waiting on the Sleeper app. Download it today. And again, Like I said, use the promo code Locked On. You'll get a $100 match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions do apply. But this sleeper, you could take Vlad Guerrero, Aaron Judge to go yard, or maybe Ohtani to strike out more than a projected amount of time. All these great ways you can go. If you like Aaron Judge against left-handed pitching, you can go that way. Just fantastic. Again, sleeper. What a chance to win more money with less picks. Head to sleeper. You can win up to 100 times your money on just 2 or more fantasy baseball picks. That is sleeper. And I am Chuck Freeman. We're coming right back, and we're going to tell you an injury update, 2 of those injury updates, and get into Wednesday's game. That's next here on Locked On Brewers. Chuck Freeman here on Locked On Brewers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. We are your team every day. See, we're up against the clock here. The Brewers will take on the Phillies at game 2 of the series, final night game of the series, day game coming up on Thursday, and then they're going to be coming home to take on the Atlanta Braves. Christopher Sanchez makes a start. Left-handed pitcher. You know how the Brewers struggle against lefties. He's 0-3 in ERA. 3.26 has looked really good in his starts this year. Colin Ray will make the start for Wade Miley. This was Miley's spot in the rotation. Ray got called up, and he's going to pitch 5-4, 4.71 earned run average. Offensively, they better come to play tomorrow night with Colin Ray on the hill. Okay? Don't expect a hell of a lot with Colin Ray on the hill. I'm just telling you. That's something that you already know. Brandon Woodruff going to make a start for the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers on Saturday. Let's cross our fingers here. Again, Woodruff, that timeline has been pushed back. He was supposed to be here in mid-June. Now they're talking second or third week of August, the Brandon Woodruff. But he's been out since April 7th, making the rehab start. Great news. He knows it's been a long and tedious process. He's had a few setbacks along the way, but I am curious about this start. This appearance he's going to make Saturday with the Timber Rattlers in Appleton. And I would venture he's going to make a couple of different appearances with the Timber Rattlers. And Saturday, if you get a chance, go up and see him play. If the Brewers are in town against the Braves, but hey, going to the Timber Rattler game, President Rob Zurjoff there and his outfit there, they've been doing it for many, many years. So I have not gone to a game this year, but looking forward to being out at AmFam, the field this weekend for the Braves. Wade Miley, one other injury update. He says it's not a UCL. It's not, he won't need Tommy John. He says he does have bone spurs in his elbow. He says he's had these for a while. That would tell me Wade Miley is not long for Major League pitching, but he's been pitching with these bone spurs in his elbow. All on his elbow. Imagine that. Throwing 90 with bone spurs in your elbow. My God. Speedy recovery to Wade Miley. Who knows? But he says it's not that UCL nerve. It's not that. So thank God. All right, that's going to do it for Locked On UCLA. It is almost college football season, isn't it? Game 2 of the series coming up against the Phils, 5:40 on Sirius XM. We're going to be right back here after the game on Wednesday night, talking about our favorite team, and hopefully they can get back on track. Got beat after those 3 straight wins in Cincinnati to start the post-All-Star break. Lost in Philadelphia. Colin Ray hopefully give them one on Wednesday night. And the offense, get the top of the order going. Let's get better production than we had on Tuesday night. I'm Chuck Freeman. Thank you, everybody. Locked On Brewers, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. We are your team every day. So long, everybody.